Our next speaker is one of the three founding members that started the Cheaper Show in 2001. He oversees the creative direction of the show and works collaboratively with the Cheaper crew, from the live event, design, right through to curation. He is a local artist represented by the Douglas Udell Gallery in Western Canada. He performs in the music project Scaffolds and he's a published writer and illustrator. He is an active board member of Little Mountain Gallery and the Emerging Arts Foundation. He and partner Jesse Sabbath host a monthly dinner called Thieves that promotes the connectivity of creative individuals in Vancouver. He is the director and co-curator at the Black and Yellow Gallery, which is located in room 106 in the Waldorf. Please welcome Graeme Berglund.
How's it going? How's everybody doing? Woo! Okay, so as Stephen pointed out, I am an artist first and foremost. I kind of accidentally became an arts administrator, and I'd like to tell you that story. I am represented by the Douglas Udell Gallery. I've been an artist since I was a little kid. I've been with Doug for about 7 years now. And back in 2001, myself and two friends were incredibly frustrated with the way that the local art scene was going. And so we decided to make a change rather than just sit around and complain about that. We started an art show that was based entirely on inclusivity and affordability. We called the show Cheaper Than a One-Night Stand. And the basis for that show was that we had 60 pieces of art. Everything cost $75 a piece. We had 16 artists in the show, and it was a one-night art show. People came down, about 200 people, brought some friends, had a drink, and most of them bought their first piece of art that night. We tried to show people that you didn't actually need to know anything about art to be there. You just simply had to show up and you could actually be a part of something really special. Within a few shows, we actually had a lineup around the block to get in. Nothing that we ever expected. Gallery represented artists started contacting us and asking us to be a part of the show just because they knew it was something really exciting to be a part of. And then soon galleries after that started contacting us, and they wanted to attend our show and start looking for talent because we'd placed such a high level of focus on curation. So prior to 2008, it still was really an underground show, still called Cheaper Than a One-Night Stand, and we decided to take a real risk, and that was essentially to bring the art show to you. A good friend of mine who's actually sitting in the audience tonight lent me $12,000, and with that money, we rented a 16,000 square foot warehouse space in Gastown and spent months converting it. And we crossed our fingers and prayed that 1,000 people were going to show up. And sure enough, 5,000 people showed up. We were kind of killed by it, actually. But we'd really found our audience. We're now selling hundreds of pieces in a single night. We started getting support from our province. We're very fortunate from the Ministry of Culture and from some incredible people such as John and Ruth Fluvog and Michael O'Dane. And then by 2011, our show last year, which was our 10th anniversary, we actually had 8,500 people through the doors in a single night. And we actually started getting people, which was really strange. They were lining up 15 hours before the doors even opened. So they were tenting out from 3 o'clock in the morning in the pouring rain, waiting to just get first dibs on the artwork, which was crazy. 10 years later, we really know how to throw an art show, and it's now a matter of time of exporting this piece of Vancouver culture that we built here, which we're very proud of. We're looking at taking the show to 5 new cities in the next couple of years. Beijing, New York, Toronto, Mexico City, and Shanghai are on the top of our list. We're also starting an artist residency program in Shanghai, and we're working with an incredible local agency called Imagine One Day to start an annual art exchange between children in Ethiopia with children in Vancouver. There really is an international demand for this service. We're starting to build relationships with partners right now to build new programs and services, financial, institutional, private, and public. If any of you in the audience would like to come and collaborate with us, feel free to contact me. We also opened up a gallery called Black and Yellow in the Waldorf this year, where we took over room 106. We took the bathtub, the mirrors, the tiles, the window, everything, and we converted it into a very small and necessary space to showcase emerging talent. As a matter of fact, we have a show tomorrow night. We're showcasing the artist Office Supplies Incorporated. You're more than welcome to come down. It goes from 7 to 11. One of the reasons for the popularity of the show is its authenticity. It really is a show built by artists for artists. And in turn, it's introduced hundreds and hundreds of new buyers into the local art economy, which helps all of the galleries in the city. Art really seems to present a barricade to a lot of people that aren't really familiar with it. I always tell people to really kind of take a look at it like it's a song. You hear the song, you either like it or you don't, or somewhere in the middle. Almost anyone is going to love a pop song like the Beatles' All You Need Is Love, but it may take some time and education, some tolerance to understand the intricacies of listening to John Cage's 4 and 33 before you can really start tapping your foot to it. That's kind of funny. Art shouldn't be just accessible to those who are wealthy or have a high level of education. It's for everyone, even you guys up in the cheap seats. In BC, as you probably all know, we have the lowest arts funding per capita in the country. In our city and province, we should really be fighting to retain the talent here. So I have 2 challenges for you tonight. Number 1, I'd really like you to buy 1 piece of art every year for the rest of your lives. Start collecting art. The artists in the city are incredibly talented, and at this point, many of them are surprisingly affordable. The other thing is, there's little to no artist studio space in this city, which brings challenge number 2. It's a little uncomfortable. When you clear out your garage or open up your back bedroom and actually sponsor an artist by offering them studio space. I know this is incredibly radical for Vancouver. A lot of people don't like to look each other in the eye on the sidewalk, but you guys are different. You're like PechaKuchers. And I think that we're really here to do weird shit together. And this weirdness is incredibly important. The role of the patron is absolutely vital to the future of the artist in this city, and I really implore you to commit to this role. In the last 10 years, very fortunate with all the actions of all of the volunteers that have worked for our show, which we've had hundreds over the years, and all of my friends and associates that have put in their time. We've sold over 1,000 pieces from 1,000 artists, and we've actually been in the position of putting $265,000 back into the hands of local artists, which is pretty remarkable considering they were $75 to $200 a piece. If you're interested in stepping up your game and actually starting to collect some art, please get in touch with me. I would love to put you in touch with these artists directly. The artists in this city deserve to have their practice as a viable occupation, and I think that if we all work together, we can achieve this. Thank you very much.